Hey, what's up, guys? NBA Talk here. Had a great slate of games last night. Want to focus in on three specific games. We had the Celtics versus the Suns. We had Oklahoma City versus the Rockets. And then we had Golden State versus the Warriors. So we'll start off with the Celtics game. That was a shootout right there. I think Devin Booker had a 38. Kyrie had 39. It was a shootout. I mean, Kyrie was making crazy shots, pull-up threes. Devin Booker, I think he had one crazy shot, off the glass in the fourth quarter. Suns blew that big lead though. I think they had like a 20-something point lead. Boston was able to creep back in it. Morris with the three to send it to overtime. In overtime, Kyrie just took over, and we know how he does. Dev tried to stay with him, but you know, the better team won. The deeper team won. Interesting game. We saw T.J. Warren. He was balling out. He had 29. Interesting thing about T.J. Warren this season, he's hitting the three ball 50% clip. Throughout his career, he's always been a mid-range guy, but to see him hitting the three ball, that could transform his game into another level if he's hitting it at that clip. It's always interesting watching players because you have certain guys like DeMar DeRozan who are good at hitting, the mid-range and can hit long twos, but for some reason he cannot hit, the three ball as well, which is interesting because it's only, from where DeRozan is shooting the mid-range, it's not that far back in the three-point line, but it's always interesting to see, certain guys that can hit the mid-range, can't hit threes, or, can hit threes at a high clip but struggles with free throws. It's interesting to see. Moving on to the second game, Oklahoma City and the Rockets. I mean, honestly, a poor performance from the Rockets. They've been struggling all year long, which they've been struggling both defensively and offensively in a lot of their games. They only scored 80 last night, which you have to credit the Thunder defense. I mean, they have a lot of defenders over there. They got Grant, Paul George. I think he had a handful of this. I think he had about 6 steals. I mean, Shooter, he's an average defender, but you got Nerlens down there holding down the paint with Steven Adams. He comes in off the bench. Nerlens comes in when Steven Adams needs a break. Patrick Patterson, 3-and-D guy. I mean, they have a lot of athletes and a lot of guys who can get down and guard. It was interesting to see, how they pulled out that win in big fashion. Russell Westbrook was out with an injury. The interesting thing to me is everybody was saying last year, oh, Westbrook is a ball hog, Westbrook is the problem. It's been a lot of Westbrook hate in the last couple of years. I don't know why. Saying that he doesn't make players better and they get better without him. Look at Melo. Looks like it was more of a Melo problem than a Westbrook problem because the Rockets are clearly not the team they were last year, and if they keep up at this pace, I mean, they'll be a lower tier seed in the West, get knocked out in the first round, maybe second round. I don't see them contending with Golden State. Westbrook, the narrative is he just has this bad rap of making teammates bad just because KD left and people get better. Well, KD was already a star, so I mean, KD didn't really get that much better when he left. A lot of people like to point to Victor Oladipo, but if you look at Victor Oladipo, he said himself, a lot of his mentality, the way he approaches the game, because Westbrook has that attack mentality. He's just gonna come at your throat. You see a lot of that from in Oladipo's game. If you watched in the playoffs last year against Cleveland, he was going toe for toe with LeBron. Took him to Game 7. I mean, I saw him. He'd get the switch on the pick and roll, bag you out to about half court, hit a 1-2 move, hesitation to crossover, and he's getting to the basket. He's super athletic. He put a lot of work to transform his body. And I think you have to attribute, some of his success, obviously, to his hard work that he put in but also to Russell. I mean, that mentality to just attack guys. He didn't have that mentality before playing at OKC. You rarely saw that in his Orlando days. Orlando gave up on him. Um, I mean, I think Russell does make his teammates better. I think he does, slow the offense, stagnate it. But, the Westbrook hate, I feel like is overblown. People are just hopping on it. But to move on to the last game, which I wanted to key in on, Golden State and the Bucks. Now, Draymond was out. He's their best defensive player by far. Some say even the vocal leader. They got beat. They got beat bad. The Bucks tore them up in the paint. I think they scored 84 points in the paint. And that's how you have to beat the Warriors. A lot of teams try to beat the Warriors at their own game. So we're going to space the floor, try to outshoot them. Well, you're not going to outshoot Steph. You're not going to outshoot Clay. You're not going to shoot Durant. But the way you can beat them is inside. If we saw in 2016 how Cleveland beat them in the finals, they beat them, trying to drive off the dribble and then have that opened up drive and kick game. But get in that paint, establish that paint first against them. And you got to play real physical with them to be able to beat them. It was just solid performances from all around for the Bucks. Bledsoe with 26, Brogdon with 20, Giannis with 24, Chris Middleton with 17. And so, all these guys are attacking the paint. And that's how you have to beat the Warriors, because they don't really have a great big man down there. All of their big men are, average, below average. So, I mean, that's how you can. You got to play your style, I think, to beat the Warriors. Granted, Draymond was out, and the Bucks is an interesting team. They playing really well this year, as I said in my last video. A lot better defensively, a lot better offensively, because they are getting up a good amount of threes, but they're still attacking the paint. And they kind of have that identity now. And we see, with the Bucks, they did beat Toronto, but again, Kawhi was out. I think they might have played them twice. I'm not sure. I know Kawhi was out. So I'd love to see what they do against, these top tier teams when they're fully healthy, but Giannis, he's going to be an issue. He's really good. I mean, honestly, a lot of people talk about how good Durant is, but think about Durant's game. Always had a jump shot even when he came to the league. Giannis is dominating. He doesn't really have a jump shot. Yeah, I mean, he has a little bit of a mid-range three ball that's not there, but the way he dominates with no jump shot, that's something else. But good for the Bucks to get that. They needed that good win, continue their confidence. The Warriors, they're going to be the Warriors, even though they lost that one. They'll bounce back. So hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next video.